takes a couple seconds for us to.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Misunderstood. I'm Cy Hansen, and as always, I am delighted to be joined by my co-host, Mrs. Jessica Bowman. How you doing tonight?
Fabulous. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. Thank you. I'm glad to be doing the podcast once again, as we are here to, raise our awareness for mental health, addiction, and also, I am very excited to announce our new partnership with Ally Supported Services, which is a homeless supportive services company, and very excited to bring more awareness to what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
And because I know you're down in Florida, and like homelessness is it's rampant. It's more of a mental health disorder and a addiction problem more than anything.
Yeah.
And I think that we're here to
It really is.
you know
Especially
our
the ones who
purpose.
are continuously.
Right, absolutely. And so yeah, so what do you think? Like, how is it down there in Florida? Like, as far as homelessness.
Well, here in our town in St. Augustine, we have a pretty big homeless population. Because I used to work with the homeless, I worked at a shelter as a case manager. And a lot of people would say that St. Augustine was one of the towns that the other transients would suggest because
Mm-hmm.
we have our shelter, we served good food, we had a lot more resources here. But over the years, to be honest with you, the resources have diminished almost. But there's still tons of people out here on the streets.
When did that start? Why? Like, why have the resources diminished?
So when I was working at the shelter, I worked there probably 3 to 4 years. We were open to the public. So we fed, clothed, allowed showers, um, resources as far as like using the computer to help get them, jobs, this and that. But over time, that was for the public. But over time, it just turned into strictly a homeless shelter. So you would just come there, and more of the resources were geared toward the people that are actually staying there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't choose to stay there and run the program,
Yeah,
they didn't really help you that much.
and that's what I've learned so far is that there is a program, like there are resources for, let's say, the homeless, but there is a program you do need to run. Like you can't just come and go as you please. It's and the places that are running these programs, they mean the best, but they have to do right by their people,
Right.
and they have to do right by those who are very needy. And
Well, especially if they're nonprofits, a lot of their grants are based on numbers. So if they're not getting this amount of people housed or this amount of people this and that, then they don't get the money to help the people. So if you're just there to have a place to sleep at night and not run the program, then they can't help you.
right, and they try, and I know. So the service that we are partnering with, Allied Supportive Services, is a nonprofit organization that if you do donate to Ally, every every single dollar goes straight to the foundation. There's in forms of gift cards, gas cards,
Yeah, benefiting
um,
those in need.
right too. There's no, they don't deal with cash because if you deal with cash, and all these links will be in the bio of this episode. If you deal with cash, then you're dealing with taxes, and here's some contact info right here.
So this is
And you can
located in
contact this.
West St. Paul.
This is Dakota County, Minnesota. Okay, where homelessness is crazily rampant, and it's something that is near and dear to my heart. It's near and dear to a place that I live in, and and my the organization is actually run by my sister, who works directly with the homeless and
Good for
rehoming
her.
and just yeah. So we're trying to just raise awareness, and if anybody has $5 that they can you know
Help
donate
the
it
cause. Yeah.
for somebody to have a meal, then it helps. So
Yeah.
and you can we'll have that all that link in there where you can contact. That's Allied Selective Services, and so there. Yeah. It's
Good.
another great way for us to reach out and make this podcast everything that we set out for it to be. So
Yeah.
very
How
cool.
cool is that?
Yeah, very cool. So and then we're gonna get deep down into it, and I'm gonna ask you, basically personal question as far as what anxiety means to you. Like, how does it affect you? Like,
Oof. All the
tough
one
question.
word that always comes to mind is overwhelmed. I am
Hmm.
easily overwhelmed. If there's a lot of noise, or say we have company over and we're all just like chilling in one room, and I'm trying, just overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed very easily. Um, but really, that's the main way I can explain it for myself is just I get overwhelmed.
And yeah, and that's a very simple explanation where it's like, well, in what situations? Like, it could be any situation. It could just be in a situation of
Kind
like,
of.
hey, life. I don't know. All of a sudden, life just slapped me in the face. I'm like I've had,
I'm
and I can.
good. I can be good at working under pressure. I'm usually
Hmm.
actually good working under pressure, but when it's like my home life and it gets gets to be a little too much, I just get overwhelmed, and sometimes I have to
Yeah,
just step back and do my whole namaste and reset myself or go get my
right.
Starbucks.
Whatever makes you just like, okay,
It's the Starbucks.
it's the Starbucks. That's why they do it. That's why Starbucks is a billionaire corporation, because they could just have that little.
Right.
Is it the $8 coffee or is it the actual drink?
You really had to ask that. It is
Yes, I do. I have. That's my job.
it is $9, and I'm not trying to like brag, but you asked.
$9.
And I get listen, I'm so repetitive. My 8-year-old son knows my drink. He could go order for me. But I get a
Damn.
mocha frappuccino with 2 shots of espresso, no mocha drizzle.
No mocha drizzle.
Makes it too sweet.
What's the mocha drizzle? Like a little chocolate?
Like the chocolate syrup.
That's not a coffee. That's like a sundae.
Okay, there's espresso in there and it's coffee based.
Okay. It's because you got coffee in your ice cream.
2 shots of espresso.
But
Sound like a
$9.
hater.
Man, I buy the Black Rifle company coffee, veteran owned and operated. I recommend everyone Black Rifle Coffee Company. It's a great company, just straight black. That's it.
Ugh.
Right out of the coffee maker, hot as can
Okay.
be. That's how
Well, there's that.
there is that.
I have a hair I feel like is trying to attack me.
I bet it was. Might have been a
I
spider
It better not be a spider. Y'all see a whole different side of me real quick.
trickling down. Weensy, weensy. We'll just be waiting. Everybody will just be like,
I know.
"What
Speaking
up?"
of spiders, that's actually funny. I had a friend, Cindy. Hey, Cindy, who
Hey,
reached out.
Cindy.
We had we worked at a daycare, and there was a spider in one of the back classrooms, and there's a video of me and her trying to kill it with a broom, and we're just doing nothing but running around and screaming.
Why?
But
Was it a
I got
big
it.
spider?
I mean, s- a spider like that's big to me.
Dude,
Anyway,
you gotta
it
tell
was
Alexa
scary.
to chill out.
Listen, and she had one in her car. Cindy, do you remember this one? And I killed it with scissors because it was above me, and I had to be like,
Yeah, that was the spider visor
it was
story.
embarrassing.
Remember that.
Yeah, screw spiders.
Well, as usual, you answered my second question. I asked three questions. I asked you the first one. You, as usual, answer the second one, which is how you deal with, you know, said anxiety, which we were talking about a little while ago. What makes you happy? Really happy? What makes you happy? Like truly? I mean, your answer.
What makes me happy?
What makes you happy?
Ben's over here, like, obviously. You know
I
what
mean,
makes me
that's a
happy?
deep question. I mean, I know. Like, hold on. If I interrupt before you answer, like, I get your children, your husband. Those things are obviously the obvious answer, but what makes you happy?
Oh, so I can't give the obvious answer?
No, you can give whatever answer you want, whatever your answer is. I'm just giving you other options
Okay.
other than the obvious answer of, what is it? If it's a cigarette on the deck, on a rainy night, whatever, just you go.
Okay, well, first and foremost, seeing my family, when I say my family, I mean my husband and my kids, happy with pure joy, just living life. And that's when I can just sit back and be like, ah. But what really makes me happy is being somewhere the where I don't have to clean up, if you get what I mean, because a lot of my
Like on
anxiety comes,
vacation.
yeah, or
Well, yeah,
shopping.
everybody's happy on
I
vacation. I
know,
get
but
you until they come home.
I don't know. But I like shopping. Shopping
Huh,
actually really makes me happy.
that's a good answer. Buying shit. I love, like, if I had money to spend, I love shopping.
Right.
I
And I would
love
just buy,
buying shit
I would buy
for
stupid
real.
stuff. But going to
Yeah.
the zoo, I think, is probably going to be my number one answer. Going to the zoo with my family.
Oh yeah. You know what's funny? Do you know who Bert Kreischer is?
No,
He's from Florida, like Tallahassee. You don't know who Bert Kreischer is?
no, because I live in Florida, I'm supposed
Okay,
to
okay.
know.
Anyways, okay. So you know who Shaquille O'Neal is, right?
Yes.
Apparently, when Shaq goes to zoos and like he goes to the gorilla enclosures, the gorillas go nuts. They
Stop
go up to
it.
the, like, when he walks up to them, they go nuts and they're like, oh.
Ugh, I just love monkeys, all kinds of apes. I just love them.
You know why they do that?
Why they think he's a monkey?
They think he's gonna steal their
He might. Watch out.
women. They think Shaq's gonna steal the gorilla women. Seriously, and the
Oh
God,
my God, that is so crazy. That's kind of funny.
right? Isn't that weird? Isn't that crazy?
It's kind of weird.
So, what other zoo? What other you like going to zoos? What's your favorite thing to see at a zoo? Like zoos are kind of sad. Like it can be a topic. Like
It
it's
really
kind of
is
sad.
because
Like, 'cause there's more tigers in captivity than there are in the wild. I think there's more tigers in Texas than there are anywhere else in the wild in the world, which is insane.
that's crazy.
Don't quote me, but I'm pretty damn sure that's true.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, yes, I do feel guilty when I go to zoos and stuff like that, but to me I'm like, okay, maybe these are animals that aren't able to live out in the wild and that like they're rehabilitating this and that. That's what I say in my head. But the one
Right.
here in Jacksonville is actually a very good zoo. They really take care of their animals.
Yeah.
Um, and seeing the monkeys. Obviously, all of them are my
They're
favorite.
monkeys. Which monkeys?
I don't discriminate.
They're all just monkeys. Pick 'em
The
up.
cutest, okay, so just listen. The cutest are the baby gorillas. Stop it.
The baby gorillas. Those aren't monkeys though.
Ooh, they're so cute.
So what about chimp? Like they're
They're
just
apes.
all
It's the same
monkeys.
thing.
You're just monkeys. My mom actually had a baby monkey
Okay,
some
baby
point.
chimps are the cutest too.
Baby chimps.
All right, I'm
Would
gonna
you
have
want to
to open
raise
a
one?
monkey sanctuary.
Little diaper on a monkey. Move it around.
100%. I would have a
Like
monkey sanctuary if I could.
what? What could it hurt? You've raised kid. Like, hey, what's a monkey? Huh. What if it's super smart and you're like, yo,
Yeah, I mean, except those stories. Yeah, but you heard the stories where the monkey, a chimpanzee, this was many years ago, killed its owner?
no.
Yeah, so,
I feel like the owner might have been doing some stuff that the monkey maybe should not have been doing.
yeah, because monkeys are very intelligent, especially chimps
Right. He's
and
not just gonna
apes.
kill his own unless he was like taunting him, like, "Hey man, I got meat and steak, and you chuck you a banana, monkey,
Who, who knows?
monkey." And if he was calling him a monkey, man, I could probably understand that. The chimp was
Hmm.
like, "I'm a freaking chimpanzee, bro."
I'm gonna have to go read that story again and see what it was
Yeah, you're
about.
gonna have to refresh. We're gonna have to write that down. Hold on.
Chimp attack.
Noted for later.
Okay, so listen,
All right, listening.
I, I'm asking you get to answer
All
one
right.
of the three questions that you just asked me.
Oh, you got your own session of 3 questions. I like it.
No, I'm saying you have to answer one of the three that you've asked me.
Okay. Which one?
I'll let you pick.
You want to? No, you. Okay. Oh, okay. I got what you're saying. That's a good. That's a good. I'm gonna pick question number one, which was like basically what does anxiety mean to me and how does it affect me? I was never really a person that was affected by it. I felt like I didn't think so until I was at work one day. Honestly, I thought I was having a heart attack and I needed to go to the ER and get myself checked out because of a panic attack. And literally, this at this point in this instance, I was, like incapacitated by
Yeah.
for no other reason. Like they checked me out, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong.
And this was like in the last year.
That was probably like 6 months ago.
Right.
And I had called you in instances before where I had similar symptoms. Like,
Hmm.
hey, I'm not feeling real well right now. I'm like kind of panicking a little bit.
Yeah.
And for me, it came out of nowhere where it's like something where it's like, all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't feel good. And then I don't know what happens. It just goes into a panic attack. And it happened, a few other times after that where it's like you just get these overwhelming symptoms of just
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do. Like you just all you can do is try to breathe through it. Is my best, you know. Try to breathe, try to calm down. For me, luckily I had my dog near me the last time I had one.
Little
I'm like,
Odie.
Otis, come here. I'm like,
Aw,
I'm just,
little Odie.
like, you know, for no like other than just I don't know, it's
Yeah,
an
it just
anxiety.
hit you out of nowhere.
Hmm. And and it could be things that a build up. I get a lot of people. Like for me, I'm damn near 40 years old. It could be a build up of a lot of things that have gone on in my life. And for me, the anxiety is just one thing. And um, thankfully, for whatever, it still pops up every now and again. And I've kind of just you learn to kind of just put your mind in a place where it's like you're okay, you're all right, you know.
Right.
Like that's what I just you're all right. you're fine. You
Hmm.
know, because you start to worry. You start to in the back of your mind, like that's how it feels for me. I start to what the fuck is going on?
You
What's going
definitely have to keep your
you know,
mind straight
right.
when you're going through an episode or whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
a moment.
Right. So it's like that's what I just try to keep telling myself, like, you're fine, you're all right. Like just and this is coming from somebody who is doing a podcast on who is going to be broadcasted on YouTube and on all these, you know, we may come across as very confident people, which I am a very confident person. Like
Right.
you know that, like, but there's just this thing that about life that hey, we deal with stuff, and then hey, we're human just like anyone else.
Right.
You know, we go through everything just like everyone else. We're not
Hmm.
trying to put out a facade that hey, everything's all cool and everything. Hey, we're just no, we're
I
here
mean, and
to
everything might be all cool, but we just have our moments where we're fighting stuff. So,
true. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not to say that it's not to be, you know, unthankful for what we have. Like I am very appreciative for the life that I have, for being able to be here and do this and to have a great friend like you and a great network of people who support me and support, your network. Like
hmm,
so thankful.
for
And
real.
that's why what I'm going to get into here with karma is so it leads into this perfectly because it's like we have a purpose, we have a voice, and we have a meaning, and we're out here and we're trying to make a damn difference.
Right.
And like we said, one person at a time, whoever's listening, whoever this makes a difference to. And it's made a difference to quite a few people already in our first
Right.
few episodes, which is awesome. And we love you guys. We love everyone who's listening
We
and
do.
who appreciates our content and just our message and what we're trying to do here. So, shout out to you guys. Shout out to the listeners.
Big
Anybody
shout
who
out.
is listening, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button because it does help us grow our channel and our podcast because the more likes and subscribes we get, we can go live on YouTube. We can do other things with our channel and help it grow with as far as our partners with Ally
Our
and
platform.
our platform in general and just bring more eyes and awareness to what we're doing because you know I think
And we've
we're
decided we're going to try to keep our podcast a little shorter than our first one because we all know our attention spans aren't
right.
always the greatest.
Right. And we'll come with hopefully a couple, either a couple at a time or a couple, at a week. We're rocking at like 15 minutes now, so
We're doing good. We're killing it.
we're doing that. We're rocking with the content right now. So yeah, we're here to the point where I was gonna get to where like I want to talk about karma, and I was gonna talk to you about another thing which was a little more out there, which was telepathy, which was like in a sense of like hey, like when we're sitting around and like all of a sudden I'm like I may think like you may pop into my mind and all of a sudden you send me a snap. Like it's kind of weird.
That does happen. Stuff like that does happen. It is weird.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
Is it a coincidence or is it magic?
Is it magic? Is it? That's what I'm saying. It's what is that? But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's like anybody. You're like, oh, I'm thinking of somebody, and then they call you, and they're
yep.
okay.
Happens all the time around here.
It's just it's a thing, and that's
Gosh.
what I was gonna talk about. Like, I don't know if that's a telepathy whole, and I don't, and I tried to do it a couple times. I'm like,
You try to think somebody up to see if they'd message you?
I tried, yeah. I tried to be like,
Okay, hold
it's
on. I'm
like,
gonna try it. I'm trying real hard. Nothing yet.
what are you thinking about? You can't say,
The first person
it's like a birthday wish. If you say it, it won't come true.
well, I don't feel like it is. Actually,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
gonna
I
say
don't
it
know.
because
Okay, so
she might reach out to me.
she'll be like, "What kind of cigarettes do you want? You want cigarettes?"
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. Is that telepathy or is that just how I know you? I mean,
You know me.
yeah. All right.
Anyway, that was kind of weird.
Right.
Get out
All
of
right.
my head.
So let me read something to you.
Okay.
You have been given and born with a specific gift, mission, and purpose that only you can bring to the world. With your uniqueness, authenticity, sharing your skills and gifts is why you are here. And that goes for everybody,
Right.
every
I
single
like
person.
that.
You know where that comes from?
Greek. Oh.
Close. We're
Karma
starting
Sutra.
out with the law. We're starting out with the laws of karma.
That was a good one. I do like that one. Everybody
So,
has a purpose.
and that's the whole outline is that okay, you're here for something,
Right.
whether it's good, bad. We get to choose. Honestly,
Right.
we do. It's not set in stone. People like there's this whole simulation theory that's out there, and it's like, okay, no, Earth is we're all made up of energy. You know, everything that we do, just like the whole thing of what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
The energy between two friends makes us, yes, do I know you? Yes, I know you. I also understand the way you are thinking, where you're thinking. So that's an energy that we share, you know.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you see what I'm saying? And it's more than just understanding like who we are as people, as how we feel as people, where we
Yeah.
are, you know,
Yeah.
your thoughts.
Okay. I can dig it.
So I mean, you know, like, so what do so okay, so these are the law, like the beginning, the guidelines of the laws of karma, which for those who been have been privy to the Dravasai show that I've done before, I've gone over this, all of this. So we're gonna do a 12-part set, laws of karma.
Okay.
We're just gonna jump, and it's a guideline. It's not something that's like, okay, you saying, hey, think this way. Think just, I don't know.
Just think about it.
You know, yeah. Um, the law of cause and effect is law number one, which is one that, think about it, cause and effect. What do you think?
Wait, did you ask me a question?
Yes, like cause and effect. What does that mean to you? The law of cause and effect. Okay?
Cause and effect what? Oh.
What does that mean?
Oh my gosh. I don't.
You're on the
Okay.
spot.
I have hella on the spot, but I know nothing about the laws of
All right.
karma.
No, okay. So let me explain to you then. Okay, so the law of cause and effect is, let's say, something simple as you throw a piece of trash on the ground. Okay,
Right.
you do that, and everybody does that. What's the effect of that? A bunch of fucking litter, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's the cause. The
So I
effect is a
caused.
bunch of lizards. So bunch of not a bunch of lizards, a bunch
I thought you said
of
that.
lizards. Well, I mean, get me thinking Florida. I'm thinking Florida on the beach. But like that's what I mean, like cause and effect. So let's say you know, whatever it is, you eat bad food, you don't feel healthy, you don't drink enough water, you're not hydrated. Like, the law of cause and effect. You treat people shitty,
100%.
people are gonna treat you shitty, or you should. Well, I shouldn't. I can't say that. I don't know what
It kind of reminds me of what Bent said to me and gave me a lot of insight. It's either in spite of or because of. So, in spite of growing up and having a
I'm.
shitty life and
Right,
this and that, you grew up and you made something of yourself and
right.
had a good life. Or
Yep,
you could be the because of you had a shitty life, now you have, or grew up and had a shitty life, you're just going to be a shitty person and continue that shitty life.
right, right. That's cause
So,
and effect. Exactly. That is almost cause and effect to a cheese. What you can let something, and these are all going to be things that are up for debate, and that's why we're going to break them down into sections. As it's maybe not that easy
right.
in every circumstance. There's
Yeah.
always that X factor, that X person who, man, they were in a shitty circumstance and they tried and they didn't get out, or you know,
I mean, there are those people
and
that
vice
keep
versa.
getting knocked back down.
Right. So we're not hating on anybody who's trying, but just the cause and effect. But it's more so of, okay, the idea that you put that good energy into the world in one way or another, it's gonna come back to
Yeah. I believe in
you. Whether
karma.
it's and whether what your beliefs are, whether it's in this life or another, you know,
Yeah.
because that's kind of what, when you dive once we dive deeper into this, karma isn't necessarily just from this life, which is something, shout out to our boy John Bob. I know he'll
Oh,
appreciate it. um,
John. We love you, John.
yeah, we've had some chats, so shout out to you, man. And um, karma isn't necessarily something that we accumulate in just this life that we're living
Okay. I never heard it that way, but okay.
now. Yeah, it's a kind of a, like that, like those doors you go into, the ones that go circle around,
Yeah.
that you just kind of want to go. Like that, I feel like are dangerous as hell. Like if people get a little kid got his head stuck in that sucker, man,
Listen,
squish.
I'm the type that would fall and just be being pushed by the door. That's
Just
my
be like,
luck.
50-50.
That's my luck.
Well,
I just pictured it.
I did too. When I was doing the. All right, that's so good. So number two,
Oh
the
man.
number two law of, and this is, there's obviously a English interpretation of the laws of karma. This is not the original text of how this is all written. But number two is the law of creation,
Okay.
which it means basically creation doesn't just happen to us. It doesn't. It's not just poof. Like as far as like us as human beings, and kind of, it wasn't an accident. It's basically, we were, and you referred to the term magically earlier, and it's kind of a that's kind of an it's almost like a magical way of how humans, and we were all created as, it wasn't just a mistake, it wasn't just a from monkeys to man, it was something magical
Right.
in our evolution, in our creation, in our minds.
To me, it's just kind of unexplainable.
It is, yeah, and that's that's why it's kind of magical, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's so many theories on how we evolved or how the human race came about.
Right. Well, and you look at life too, like as far as the last, let's say, just even 2,000 years, like to make things happen, like you have to take action.
Right. Technical difficulties. This happens every once in a while, but I can entertain you. That's all I got. Sorry. Those are my fish. I think I have 5. They're sleeping right now. You can't see them, but they're super cute. Do 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 do. If you guys were to see how I'm dressed right now, you would probably laugh at me because I'm wearing a dress, my cute little tie-dye dress with some dang striped pajama pants. At least I did my hair. I don't know where our friend went, but I found this little thing and I just keep playing with it. My cute little fish. They're just so cute. Listen, if I could put sweaters on my fish, I would put sweaters on my fish. If I could put a bow tie on my fish, I'd put a bow tie. That's just how I live my life. I'm not really sure what's going on. Hello, mate. Let me give him a little textaroo. Hello. We weren't finished. Oh God, that face was horrible. Oh, he's calling me. Yes, sir. Should I leave because it's still recording? Hello? Sai.
Hello.
Hello?
Yo.
Should I leave out of here because we're still recording?
Yes. I'm going on my